You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Hop on YouTube, welcome to the hood table, where we chop up local and global events vocally. You don't really wanna miss out on these conversations. Just joke a little, laugh a little, get that wine in your system, fill your glass a little. Expose current events, talk trash a little. You never know, these opinions might clash a little. They addicted to the content, got them binge watching. You don't like it, then you want invited. Bet your friends watching in the house and your job parking lot before you clocking. They don't wanna miss a second of this HT content. Everybody think they got something to say, so it's an open invitation, bring it to the table. But if you come whack, just know we ain't buying in. We gon' probably turn your back and tell you sorry, try again, Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable.
Hey, what up? What's up? What's happening? What's up, everybody? How you doing? Come on in. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you also hit the share button, and please subscribe to the Hood Table if you're not already subscribed to the Hood Table. I am so excited, you guys, to do this first review of this new TV show series on the OWN channel, and it is called Belle Collective. Now, it actually premiered on January 15th. And it was on a Friday. So that means it'll come on again today because it is Friday. I am a few episodes behind in my review, so forgive me. Charge it to my head, not my heart. But I have been working a lot. Like some of you already know, I've been working crazy hours and while trying to still, keep up with our Friday Night Live shows, which of course is tonight at 9 p.m. and the TV show reviews that I do. So anyway, I hope some of you guys have already started watching the show. If not, again, it's on the OWN channel. It is called Belle Collective, and it follows and centers around personal and professional lives of 5 successful, glamorous boss women's of Jackson, Mississippi, and they are trying to redefine what it means to be a Southern belle. These 5 successful Black women, they want to prove that the SIP is not just a poor state and that there is enough food at the table or enough money in Jackson, Mississippi for any aspiring entrepreneur to become successful. In other words, the ladies say, don't sleep on Jackson, Mississippi, y'all. But the show consists again of 5 main characters, 5 beautiful Black women. Letitia, Patrice, Marie, Tambra, and Antoinette. So let's get started on this review, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and also comment in the comment section what you thought about this episode of this new TV show, Belle Collective. Thank you. Now, at the beginning of this show, we are on season 1. I'm going to do season 1. We are on season 1, episode 1 is what I was trying to say. I am going to review right now episode 1, but later in the day I will upload episode 2, and then episode 3 comes on tonight. But since we have Friday Night Live, I'll review like episode 3 like sometime tomorrow. But anyway, we are on episode 1, and at the beginning of the show, we are first introduced to the beautiful Tambra. I like that name, Tambra, like a little play off of Tamra. I like that. Tambra Cherie, who was born and raised in Jackson, Mississippi. Now, Tambra is a full-time on-air radio personality, aka the midday diva of WRBJ 97.7, The Beat in Jackson, Mississippi. And she said that that is the only hip hop and R&B radio station there. I don't know that to be true. I just believe her because I don't live there. But Jackson is not a really, really huge city, so I can imagine, if she says there's only one R&B hip hop station there, probably is. But anywho, on the premiere, we see that Tambra, she really enjoys what she does. She loves hosting that show on that radio station, but she's also hoping to do much more, such as become a full-time host and a national correspondent. During this premiere, she happened to host an interview with their mayor, and I do not want to mess up his name, so forgive me if I mess it up. But I think it's Chakwe Lumumba. I think that's how it's pronounced. But child, when I tell you that man, that mayor, whoo wee, he is, mm, mm, he fine, y'all. He fine, and he young. I was like, that's your mayor? Damn. And the beard, he got a sexy beard too. Oh, I love a man with a sexy beard. But that man looks good. And he's the mayor. But mayor, man, if he was a mayor in our city of Omaha, Nebraska, I'd be blowing up his hotline every day. Like the mayor, they ain't picked up my trash. Mayor, I'll be complaining about all kind of stuff just to be able to speak with him. He looks good, y'all. He looks good. But anywho, moving right along. During the interview, they tackled several different topics, ranging from nationwide protests and activism to CBD-19, the pandemic. But also they discussed how Mississippi has made history. Recently, Mississippi made the decision, or should I say Jackson, Mississippi, made the decision to take down the Confederate state flags, as they should, especially in this climate that we have been in over the past year or so. So shout out to the SIP for doing that, because a change is going to come. I promise y'all, a change is going to come. And that's a great start right there. But I also thought it was interesting to hear that out of 50 best places to live for Black entrepreneurs, Jackson, Mississippi came in at number 9, right behind New York. Now, I'm supposed to be visiting Mississippi soon, so I just might have to take a tour of Jackson while I'm down in that area, because that's not bad at all. Number 9 behind New York out of 50 best places. That's not too bad, y'all. That's not too bad. Now, I'm gonna have to visit Jackson, Mississippi, but let's discuss one of the other characters in the show, Letitia. Now, Letitia, she is the CEO of National Women's Brunch Organization. Now, I have to say I've never heard of that organization before, but nevertheless, the NWBO per Letitia is a platform for female entrepreneurs to be able to network and support one another over a lovely brunch. And recently, Letitia has been making arrangements to host a brunch for a group of successful ladies to hopefully help her revitalize a legendary area of the city. That area happens to be Parish Street, which was once a historical, prosperous hub for African Americans in their community. And when she was describing this Parish Street, it kind of reminds me, the people who are from Omaha, where I'm from, it kind of reminds me of North 24th Street, right here in Omaha, Nebraska. 24th Street, aka the Deuce. It used to be jumping. It used to be popping back in the day. Blocks and blocks and blocks of prosperous businesses, Black-owned businesses, with Black people just hustling and bustling all throughout the area. And from time to time, especially, being a part of this group here in Omaha called Proud to Be from North Omaha, I hear stories and memories of a once popular, vibrant area in our city, which was the Deuce. So I wish Letitia the best when it comes to, trying to revitalize that part of her city, because I can definitely understand what it means to her. Now, Letitia she also has a son, and she's married to a guy by the name of Glenn. I think she said he was a tugboat driver. So he's only home about 14 days a month. And I must say, her husband, y'all got some good looking men down in there. Her husband, Glenn, is very handsome, dark chocolate Southern man who is most definitely missing his mercy and his grace. I was like, amen to the booze, mercy and grace. But their conversation was too darn cute. You can really, tell that there is like some real love there, between the two of them. But in love or not, she asked her husband, are you being good down there? Because we don't need any I'm lonely babies. And I got a gag out of that because I ain't never called it nothing like that. I'm like, I'm gonna have to start using that. We don't need any I'm lonely babies. or chicken heads or anything. But anyway, and I ain't mad at you for that, Leticia. Shoot, girl, she was trying to show her man what he missing. Tell my Mercy and Grace miss you, and he misses them too. He misses little Mercy and Grace. But anyway, y'all know how difficult it can be. You know, when you have a man who is on the road a lot. Shoot, you don't need any I am lonely babies or any I am lonely STDs or any I am lonely stalkers. None of that. None of that. No part in that. But moving right along, moving right along. Latrice. Now, Latrice, she is a self-made millionaire, the self-made millionaire, and the owner of Goddess Lens Virgin Hair. I haven't heard of that either. But I'm gonna take her word that it is the number one hair vendor in the southern region. She done went from peddling hair from the trunk of her car to having goddess length bundles and vending machines everywhere. This success came about when a guy in management at a mall where she had her first vending machine secretly recorded people constantly buying up all the bundles from her first vending machine. Seeing how successful she was, he then sent the video to corporate, and ta-da! Now each of their malls in the United States has a vending machine selling goddess length virgin hair. Look at God. Won't he do it? Yes, he will, because let Latrice tell it, she is now the Beyonce of Mississippi. Now, not only do they have vending machines across the United States, they also have a local store which includes a retail side and a salon side to it. At that location, you can get your hair done, your nails, your makeup, your lashes, all that, this, that, and the third done. But in this episode, her employees happen to be planning, to kick it after work. You know how you do. You at work with your coworkers. Where we going tonight, y'all? But they didn't invite her. I was like, child was cracking up. Because for one, I was thinking, okay, like me, I don't tend to try to kick it with my boss man or boss woman. Like, I try to keep it strictly business, keep it strictly at the work. You'd be lucky if I even come out for picnics or anything like that, because I like to keep it strictly business. But the reason why they didn't invite her out was because of her husband. Her husband, Cliff, they believe is too controlling and wouldn't have allowed her to go. So that's why they didn't ask her. And right off, when you see Cliff, you can tell that he is much older than her, which might explain why her employees feel that way. Cliff is actually 20 years her senior. And I have to say, you really could tell. You really could tell. Like, right away, I got the vibe that he really don't like her hanging out too much without him. Cliff, aka Zaddy, as she likes to call, and she called him Zaddy in front of everybody. Now, I know there are ladies who call their man Zaddy or whatnot, but do you call him Zaddy at work, Zaddy at church, Zaddy at the restaurant? I mean, Zaddy. She was calling that man Zaddy everywhere she went. But anyway, they've been together. Well, actually, they for 5 years. But again, you can kind of tell that he is a little bit controlling. And that he doesn't really like to go out too much with her, without her, which she did, end up saying throughout that first television show. But she even had to basically ask him for permission to go to the females empowerment brunch, which she has been invited to by Leticia. He was like, "You are more than welcome to go, so long as it's not at a club, at a bar, or you hanging out till 2 a.m. But as far as the brunch, she was kind of, talking to him about things that she'd heard in the street about those type of events. What she had said was she heard that some of the women there, they're basically shit starters, drama queens, troublemakers, fake and phony. But why her husband Cliff said, so you'll fit right in, won't you, baby? I was like, no, he did not. No, he did not. Just call her fake on national television. But anywho, she's planning to go. She's going to attend, in hopes of networking and making some connections, and also in hopes of her hubby not popping up on her at the event. Child, I was like, Latrice, girl, do we have a whole stalker on this show? Do you have a whole stalker on your hands? Because I don't think she was playing. But anyway, moving on to another character on the show. Marie. Miss Marie. She has a successful multi-million dollar mental health facility which services the youth and adults of Jackson, Mississippi. And she claims she's the first black woman to actually do it. She also runs the entire state of Mississippi. So she claims, but to tell you the truth, all of these ladies on this show act like they solely and single handedly run the SIP all by themselves. But what's wrong with a little bit of, arrogancy, every now and then? But this Marie, her husband, she's married to a guy by the name of Cedric. Together, she said they have 7 kids. She's also working on her PhD to become Dr. Hamilton. And she also has a BFF by the name of Essie. Now, Essie is not only her BFF, but also her business partner. And I think that is awesome how she was explaining what they had been through and how, as friends, they grew that company together from the ground up. Because most friends can't even seem to work together on the same darn shift at a McDonald's, okay? Let alone run a big business together. So again, I think that's awesome how they did that, started that, and what they're doing. Marie, however, like many people, also stated that she has a mother who suffers from substance abuse ever since Marie was around the age of 9 years old. And like most children, she could never understand how someone can choose their addiction over their own children. So for that reason, she's going to open up an addiction treatment facility as well. So along with having a successful career, she wants to also positively impact other people's lives, including people with an addiction. And she also wants to show her children and grandchildren, which she has a lot of, that they can have it all as well. As long as they work hard, they can succeed in life and have a great career also. Now let's move on to Dr. Antoinette Lyles. Sorry, I'm a little stuffy, y'all. But Antoinette Lyles, she's from Michigan. She finished dental school at 25. She said she was one of 4 black women in her dental class, and she wants to show young black women that anyone can be a dentist if they want to. She did have a husband, but they're now separated and divorced. She was with her ex-husband for 7 years. She said they was married for 3, but somewhere along the line, somewhere along the way, she lost touch of herself. She lost herself, and so they separated. Now she's taking on the challenge of opening her own personal dental practice right there in Jackson called Mint Dental with the budget of $500,000. That's a lot of money, girl. That's a lot of money. Shoot, dentistry must pay very well. I think I might have dipped my toes in the wrong career. Actually, I went from like working in customer service to telemarketing, restaurants. I merged into real estate, and then I merged into insurance. But child, $500,000. Maybe I should have went to dental school. But anywho, after speaking with her contractor, touching base with him, she ended up FaceTiming her father to show him the unfinished layout and virtual tour of the location. But her father didn't realize, he had no idea that she was doing it totally by herself. And being that she really seems like a daddy's girl, I'm sure he's concerned about her, taking on such a huge task, a huge challenge, and a huge risk, especially since she's in Jackson without any family support. But don't fret, daddy. Don't fret, daddy. In my James Caldwell voice, daddy. because she's obviously doing okay for herself. So it seems she done went car shopping for a new Porsche with her friend Latrice, you know, the hair bundle queen of the SIP. Antoinette needs her help to help her find a what did she call it? The perfect divorce Porsche. Now, I don't know if a Porsche can actually heal a broken heart, but it sure looked good on her. That car was beautiful and really, really fast. But also, on top of that, pulling up to that woman's empowerment brunch in that Porsche would sure make her appear to be very powerful and successful. Now, let's discuss another character on the show, Letitia. Now, Letitia, she's actually Letitia, she's the one, excuse me, she's the one that's over the women's empowerment group. Now, Letitia, who was still working on her brunch, met up with her friend Tambra, you know, the radio host. Tambra also usually hosts her events, hosts her brunches, but this time she can't host this one because she has a prior engagement to attend. Letitia tried and tried, pleading, begging her to know to change the arrangements and everything, cancel that other prior engagement. She even bribed her with a gift, but to no avail. Tam was like, can't do it. I can't do it. I'm already locked into another event. But the hat that Letitia gifted her was beautiful, wasn't it? And it was perfect for a Southern Belle. So maybe, hopefully, she can wear that hat, you know, at a next brunch, at another event or whatnot. But Letitia did speak to Tambra about her plans for that brunch, which was to try to persuade the ladies to invest in Ferris Street because purchasing properties and opening businesses on Ferris is what's needed to reclaim that historical Black Mecca area. But as far as the brunch, y'all, please, please let me know your thoughts on this brunch. Now, all of the ladies, you know, they got beautiful, they got beautified, they got dolled up. Some of them had big, beautiful hats. Some of them had humongous hats, you know, looking like true Southern belles. Some of them actually was looking like Lil Bo Peep. Is that what they called her? Actually, no, no, no. They called her Little Marie Peep. Little Marie Bo Peep, something like that. Little Marie, man, that hat that she had on was so big. It like went from wall to wall. I mean, it was a beautiful hat. And her outfit was too. But all she needed was a dang stick. And she would have looked just like Lil Bo Peep with some sheep falling behind her. But while they all were looking like true Southern women, that Miss Marie, I don't think she was truly acting like a Southern belle. But again, y'all let me know how y'all felt about this little event. Now, Marie, she had already stated earlier in the show how she was disappointed, you know, with her hair purchase from Latrice. She previously claimed that she spent $600 for a lace front unit. And although she was not satisfied with her purchase, do y'all think that the brunch at the country club of Jackson, Mississippi was the perfect place to approach Latrice about her product? Like, how embarrassing. I know Latrice was probably horrified and totally embarrassed. You could tell all over her face she was embarrassed. I was even embarrassed for Marie, actually, because her behavior was absolutely uncalled for. At least that's what I feel like. Now, I thought it was really uncouth for a Southern Belle, to say the least. I mean, the venue, the location, it boasts of elegance, beauty, upper echelon. And there she was acting like a fool. Instead of a true Southern belle, she was acting like a true fool all up and through there. Again, that's my opinion. That's my opinion. Because she sure didn't think she was wrong. She didn't think she did anything wrong. But again, y'all let me know how y'all feel about that. I thought she was way over the top. She was already over the top, you know, with that humongous hat on her head, again looking like Lil Marie Peep. But she had no chill when it came at, you know, her coming for Latrice about those hair bundles. And also, you know, being that that was her good girlfriend Letitia's event, why was she cut up in such a manner? Like, how the hell is Letitia going to get people to invest in her dream, invest in her vision, when her own friends seem to be trying to sabotage the first meeting? Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that. But Latrice was like, I don't know where you got that hair from. It ain't mine because my hair is 100% top of the line. She said, I am number one and can't be undone. So whatever Latrice is put, she was like, whatever Marie is putting out, I ain't picking up. But Marie, she swears that is indeed Latrice's hair. And why shouldn't we believe her? Like, why would she lie? When, as she says, she's rich enough and can buy hair from anywhere. She even says she can buy every strand of hair from up out of all of Latrice's vending machines across the United States, the US of A. Child, that whole event was a hot ass mess. A hot ass mess. While Letitia was trying to host her event, she also had to do her best at damage control as well. I know she really wishes that her friend could have really hosted her event, but again, she had a prior engagement. Now, as far as Latrice and Antoinette, I don't blame them for up and leaving. I think that was the right thing to do in order to not make the situation a bigger spectacle than what it already was. But on their way out, Marie still had no chill. She was continuing on calling Latrice a poodle and called Antoinette the little pup following behind the poodle. That Marie, I know she don't think that she did anything wrong, but do y'all agree with me that she should feel some type of way, at least, regarding her behavior, as far as this was her friend's event. It was special to her. Every time she throws them, they are special to her. She wants ladies to network, get to know each other, make connections, and also invest in Parish Street as well. Let's not forget about the main reason why she was trying to bring all those ladies together. So not only was it the wrong place and the wrong time for that, but then she lied about Patrice coming for her. I'm like, hold up. Like Latrice said, we have a customer service line. We have an email address. We got a P.O. box. Why would you wait to this moment and ruin this event to bring up her, dissatisfaction with some hair? So, me personally, I would have done her like Big Red. I sure would have, and I would have said my hours are between 9 and 5, and hung her big ass over the balcony. That's what I would have done. But anyway, y'all let me know how y'all felt about that whole scene right there. And also let me know how y'all feel about the show thus far. I, again, am going to review episode 2 a little bit later and episode 3 over the weekend. So make sure you are subscribed to the Hood Table and make sure you click the notification bell so that you can receive all our notifications whenever we go live. And again, tonight, Friday, 9 p.m., we are discussing a lot of trending news. It's no holds barred, no topics off limit. We can have 10 people jump up on the screen with us so that you can discuss anything you want to or help us discuss some of the topics that we're already going to have at the Hood Table. So on that note, everybody, like, share, and subscribe. Stay safe, be blessed, remain vigilant at all times, and don't forget, keep it hood. Bye.